tell you what, this spot that I just cleared out, I cut a little bit out of this corn here with my father-in-law's permission. We're going to put a small plot right in here, and I'm probably more excited about this spot for this fall than any other set that I've got. Reason being, I don't have any pictures yet. I got my Spartan out over this branch here, and I've had some activity, one decent buck, but nothing real big yet. But just history tells me that I'm going to have some really nice deer showing up at this spot later this year towards the end of October. Especially when this property's in corn. What I'm hoping is, this is obviously not going to be a destination plot. It's a destination feed field all around it, but what I'm hoping is these deer will come in, feed around here a bit. It'll give them a great green source to hit. So what I'm going to do, I got a set right over there, get that trimmed out. Hopefully they'll come in, hit this scrape branch right here, and spend a little bit of time in the plot, and hopefully I'll be able to get a shot. But like I said, history's telling me that typically by the end of October I'll have some really nice deer in this area here. Fast forward to mid-September, food plots are in the ground, the Spartan trail camera's been picking up a few really nice bucks on camera, and Arria's up to bat first. We got some really nice deer in the area. It's our first sit of the season here for Arria, so a little bit of luck, one of these bucks that we have on these Spartan cameras is going to show up for us and give her an opportunity. We weren't on stand very long, and we glanced into the neighbor's field, and there was a really nice buck working the field edge. Unfortunately for us, he was several hundred yards away, but not too much longer. We had a couple does pop out in front of us, and a little yearling popped out as well to come get a drink. This was Arria's first sit ever hunting from an elevated tree stand. We weren't quite seeing the movement that I fully anticipated, so I elected to make the decision to pack up everything early while we still had some light so she could make sure that she could climb down safely and we weren't going to have any issues. While I'm packing everything up, I just get the camera put away and I hear Arria whisper to me, "Stop, buck, big one." And the next thing I know, I slowly turned around and we had a great 10 making his way in. It was actually one of the deer that we were looking for. He stopped at about 20 yards. Arria made an absolutely perfect shot on him in that food plot. He bolted off, and here's the recovery. Oh, here he is. Oh my gosh.
Good job, honey.
Oh my gosh. Look at this deer.
Like just smelling it.
Good shot, Arria.
That's awesome, my girl.
Why is it so fat?
Because he's just a giant buck.
Want me to get
Good
Merc?
boy, Murtaugh.
Want me to get
Good boy, Merc. Oh, you shot the short G2 10. That is awesome. This buck really read the script for us absolutely perfectly. He came in, he provided a 20-yard shot, and it's obviously we'd love to get it on camera, but at the same time, the most important part's probably to get her shot opportunities and keep the youth involved. So I made the call and we let her rip, put a great shot on the deer. He made it maybe 60 yards. Tracking job was super easy. How many years this in a row is it now that you've taken a deer?
4.
4 years?
Yeah.
You've become quite the deer slayer here, so you're doing a great job. I'm super proud of you. And for all you guys out there, make sure you're getting your kids involved. It's just a tremendous way to get them into the outdoors, and it's a great family activity. But we just want to wish you guys the best of luck this fall. Arria was able to kick off our season in a great way. In mid-October, our entire family was back in the blind. My wife Christy was up to bat, and I screwed up. In over a decade of filming now, I've never done this, and I managed to hit double tap on record when our nice buck came in. Christy executed an absolutely perfect shot. I had the deer perfectly framed up. Unfortunately, I was not recording it, so I did not lay that footage down, and I screwed that up, and I felt absolutely terrible about that. And as October rolled into November, I had an incredibly slow season going for me. The only thing I was seeing was small bucks and a bunch of does. But I was hoping with cooler temps and the pre-rut kicking in, things were going to change for me. Well, good evening. It is November 7th here in my home state of Michigan. Made a move on some deer. I got a few nice deer in the area here, but the problem is they've been in this massively expansive cut cornfield, and they just haven't been coming close enough to my sets when I've been sitting in the stands on the edges. So I made a play on them that I'm trying something that I normally don't do. I put a blind out literally in the middle of the field on the edge of a drainage ditch, brushed it in today. But because the field is so expansive, I figure even if I call at them, the deer are going to be able to see whether there is or isn't a deer there. So what I've done this evening is I brought my doe decoy with me. My daughter, Arria, recently coined the name Martha for our doe decoy. So I have Martha, the doe, out in front of me. A little bit of luck. One of these big boys will be up on his feet cruising looking. It is November 7th, so hopefully they'll lay eyes on it, and at least make their way over here and at least let us lay down some footage. So we'll see. The one thing I will say about utilizing decoys is that whether it's a buck decoy or a doe decoy in the past, I've seen a lot of does, regardless of the time of year, be extremely leery around them. I had a group of 4 does come out. The big mature doe approached with caution, but lucky for me, I had a really nice buck right behind him coming in. Unfortunately, the big doe got downwind of the decoy, knew something was wrong. She blew at the decoy one time and then just slowly walked off. They didn't run. Unfortunately, the big buck knew something was up. He hung up at about 85 yards, slowly turned and walked back into the bedding area, and my heart just sank. At that moment, I vowed to put that big doe down if given the opportunity. A couple days later, I was back in the same blind. The same doe family group came out, but this time I didn't have a decoy in front of me. I tell you what, these are the days that you live for as a bow hunter. The first half of November, cold temperatures. We got a couple inches of snow the last 48 hours. Couldn't be any better. But this has truly been one of the most difficult seasons that I've personally had. I'm grateful that both my girls could get on deer early. My daughter, she's 9, took an awesome buck. My wife Christy was able to get on one, but it's just been a rough go for me. I haven't even seen a decent buck until my last few sits. Had a great encounter at the Big Ten right here a few evenings ago. And then had another Big Ten at one of my other spots, but just haven't been able to get them close enough for a shot opportunity. And then, honestly, those are the first big deer I've seen this year, so it's been tough. I was watching on my Spartan Go live cams last night. This field, I've got a camera over on the east side, tree line, and this field was just filled up with deer. It's the same spot, like I said, where I had an encounter a couple nights ago. So we're going to sit it out. Problem is, there's nothing really that dictates movement. You just kind of got to get lucky and have the deer wander within a range or call them over. So that part can be kind of difficult. I am wanting to put some venison in the freezer. I do have a family member who's really wanting a deer, so if a doe shows up and it was within range, probably let one go there. But I know we have a few nice bucks in the area too, so a little bit of luck, one of them will show up before dark and present a shot opportunity. So we'll see. After the shot, I was pretty happy with myself. I'd managed to put down the large mature doe that had screwed up my hunt from a couple days before. I put some meat in the freezer, and I glanced up, and the big 10 that I'd had an encounter with a couple days before came charging in out of nowhere. If I'd waited, that doe group would have been right in front of me, and I bet that 10 would have been within range. But he was more interested in my doe that was on the ground, that was laying there about 85 yards away from the blind. That hunt pretty much summarizes my entire season to that point. If I didn't have bad luck, I was going to have no luck at all. The good thing for me was it was November, the pre-rut was rocking, rut was about to be rolling in, and we had some great sits coming up in my home state of Michigan and out in Oklahoma with my buddy Jake at Crooked Cut Whitetails. We laid down some great footage, have some great encounters with a lot of different bucks and a couple other types of animals. And if you'd like to see how my November played out, please tune into our next episode when it drops. But I just want to wish you guys all the best of luck afield, shoot straight, and good luck in the woods.